All right, my friends, today is July the 1st. It is Monday during the New York session. Welcome to the official start of Q3. So before I get into the outlook, let's start with the intro shill. So for those of you guys that are unaware, I've been working on the Introduction to Trading Guide for quite a while now. Started this several months ago, took a break on it, and I've started working on it again. This is hopefully going to be officially released to the Paragon group this week. I just got backed up on all my things I need to get done, so it didn't get shared last week, but I'm hoping that it gets shared this week. I have a massive to-do list this week as well, so we'll see how it goes. So it's going to be big for everybody, whether you're a more experienced trader or you're just starting out. I think everybody's going to be able to get something from this, so pretty happy with how this thing's coming together. All right. Let us go ahead and get into the start of the outlook. So let's start with the higher time frame. Starting off with the macro on Bitcoin, there's no dramatic changes, right? There's literally zero changes, to be clear, actually. We're just continuing to play off the same thesis that we've had for about 4 months now. So point number one is we're in this massive uptrend, right? We've been in an uptrend for what, like 16, almost 17 months now. We want to be trend respecters, so the trend is up. Next point is we've been building out this range since March, between 60 and 70K. This is a massive compression that we've been building out. People, we can point out the common platitudes, like the longer the compression, the further the expansion. I don't really buy into that stuff as much with this kind of dynamic, but that's definitely something you're going to be seeing a lot. As far as I'm concerned, the thesis is still playing out perfectly. We're in a massive uptrend, playing out this sideways summertime chop. We officially have entered into Q3 now, which is what I've been waiting for the past couple of months for. I think that the market's going to start to heat back up officially now as we enter into Q3. A lot of people are expecting a really hot July. I'm not really of that mindset. I think that July is probably going to be boring, and as we get into August and September, that's when things should really start to shape up for us again. So to be clear, right, I'm playing things from a risk-off standpoint, from a higher time frame point of view. I think very confident still that we're going to trade up later this year, targeting up into the upper 80s, 90Ks by the end of the year. I feel very confident in that. But like I've had this main thesis for months now, I think we're still going to keep chopping people up. So, essentially got the little meme triangle drawn out. This is really what I think is going to take place. In my opinion, we've set the next higher low within the triangle, so we're probably going to grind up. There's going to be a lot of resistance along the way, so who knows how far it'll grind up. Maybe it grinds up, comes back and retests and does another drive, or maybe it just goes straight towards range highs. Either way, I don't think that it's going to break out. I think if we start to trade up in this manner, you're going to see a lot of people calling for, oh, uber bullish July, oh, we're going to 88K next week, all that kind of shit, only for us to get bonked back down. And be mindful that during this kind of bonk stage, your altcoins are going to get obliterated. So TLDR across the board on higher time frame. I'm still max bull. I'm just patiently waiting for the summertime chop to subside and then go back to being turbo risk on again. If you're interested in gaining access to the spaghetti template and learning how to properly utilize it, you should consider joining the Paragon group. I think that turbo risk on is going to start to begin at the very end of Q3 and then carry over in a big way into Q4 this year. So no major changes on higher time frame. Let's go ahead and jump into medium time frame. 2 weeks ago, we had talked about the idea that we wanted to look for longs around here, right? So that setup has played out. So now, moving forward, we're basically just seeing if bulls can continue to reclaim. So first level to reclaim was the range low at 62.5, right? So bulls have successfully reclaimed that and have bounced from it this morning. So it does appear that the 62K level is getting reclaimed, which is the first line in the sand I wanted to see. So that's the main thing to be paying attention to over the next couple of days. Is this level going to continue to hold support? If this level gets lost and we reject, we're going a lot lower. So if this level gets lost, you want to be very, very conservative with your risk. If we continue to hold this, 64K is the next level. Then we've got 66 and then we've got 69 or 70. So there's a lot of FTA from a resistance standpoint, but I do think that we could continue to drift up. I would just be mindful that if we do lose any of these levels, like if we lose 62K, for example, protect yourself, protect your neck. So the notes that I had for medium time frame, right, we've been continuing to build out this composite structuring. Value has shifted down a little bit. So value area high of 70K, value area low of 62.4. I don't really care about those levels being super precise, so we'll just round them. You know, we're continuing to build out that triangle that we just pointed out. We don't need to highlight that anymore. Sentiment has been absolutely wild. I know that everybody can relate to this observation, right? The sentiment flip-flopping, the we're so back, it's so over. It's I've been trading for almost 9 years now, and it's still always gets to me how much people flip-flop back and forth in these range when there's been no changes. And it's just really, I think it comes down to people's lack of preparation. If you put in the prep work to understand how things are likely to play out moving forward, then you're not caught off guard by these things. So a little bit of a quick lesson time. Prep work is such an underrated concept. For the guys that are in the Paragon group with me, you guys see that I put such a massive emphasis on prep work, and honestly, that's why I get the directionality of the market, you know, correct a lot of the time. It's not because I'm gifted or anything. It really is just from putting in the preparation. So that's pretty much it going to be, you know, for the medium time frame, right? You know, 62K was our first level to, you know, to be risk on. We have all these other resistances, and then the major one's going to be 70 or 69, whatever you want to call it. If bulls can reclaim 70K, then it looks like we're breaking out of this massive triangle and that we're clear to trade up. But as long as we're between 60 and 70K, you should be expecting this to just continue to play out as range-bound price action. Let's get into some altcoin talk here. So first thing that I'll mention is scalping. It's not the greatest scalping environment by any means, but I have been getting into scalping. This morning I took a couple scalps from between Pepe and Whiff. This isn't the best scalping environment we've ever seen. However, I think I can make do. So I'm going to be doing that as a way to entertain myself and trying to, and you know, kind of it's just a way to avoid over trading, really, right? I don't want to be doing any higher time frame over trading. So scalping is a great way to distract myself and avoid that. So I'm going to be doing some scalping. Let's go ahead and get into the altcoin watch list. So the first thing I want to point out, though, before I get into any of these tickers, is that we're essentially just doing bearish retests across the board. Even on something that I like Solana. Solana is doing a bearish retest. Look at how the 30-day rolling, the previous quarterly, and the previous monthly are all bearish retests right now, right? So that's going to be the name of the game for pretty much every altcoin. There are some altcoins that it doesn't apply to. So my point is that I'm long. You know, my delta is definitely skewed towards being more long than being short. However, I would caution everybody to be careful. I think we want to be aggressive with taking profits, so I'm going to continue to lean into that. So I just wanted to make the point that even coins that are strong like Solana, like I still think Solana is a good coin. I still think it's relatively strong overall right now. It's doing bearish retests. If a good coin is doing bearish retests, right, the significant majority of these altcoins down here are all just doing terrible bearish retests. Very, very weak, right? Yeah, that's going to be it for me this week. So, you know my plans, you know what I'm trying to do here. And, yeah, that's it for me. Good luck out there. Cheers, guys.